of people keep asking me what kind of camera gear I use, so I figured I'd make this quick video real quick and show you the cameras that I use for the pictures I take. And a lot of people have been quite impressed with some of the pictures I've taken. I'm not trying to brag or anything. I'm an amateur, but one comment I got actually said that I have a thing for capturing the moment in some of my pictures, which I think that kind of stands out. But let me show you real quick exactly the two cameras I use. I have my Canon 70D. This is an amazing camera. Right now, what lens do I have on there? I got the 18 to 135 millimeter lens on there. This camera, I bought it for about $800 a few years ago. About 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. But it's a wonderful camera. It's got the screen that you can flip around. Let's see here. Yep, it's got the screen and it rotates the other way, so if you're on the other side you can see what you're doing. Along with that, in my bag I have, what are you? The 75 to 300 millimeter lens. That is the one I use for my long shots, which it does fairly well. I've taken some pretty far shots. I got a couple pictures of an eagle's nest from my place up north that I took with this one. And then I also have a 10 to 22 millimeter wide angle lens for getting those wide shots. That one works really well as well. This one, if I ever made videos using this camera for my YouTube channel, this is what I would use, since I don't need to have a wide or a far zoom. You know, it's best for up close and personal. And then I have, if I do video, the Rode shotgun mic. You know, it's got two little settings there, power, and it's got your decibel settings, and it just plugs in through headphone jack right in the side of my camera. So that is what I have in my bag. I mean, aside from, you know, my chargers and whatnot, and oh, I got a nifty little flash drive for storing my pictures. I'll show you. Check this out. This is a flash drive for storing my pictures. There we go. There it is. And it just kind of plugs in like that. And it looks like a little mini camera. That's kind of cool. I don't even remember what the gigabytes this was. I want to say it's like 16 or something like that, if I wanted to just store some pictures real quick. So that is my main camera, my Canon 70D. Like I said, it cost about $800. At least it did a few years ago when I got it. If anyone's familiar with YouTube, Casey Neistat actually used to use this one for his videos a lot. Works fairly well. As far as a point and shoot camera, which I do take certain pictures with, it's my Canon G7X. Now this is an awesome camera as well. On the back, this one goes for about $500 to $600, I think. Now they got the G7X Mach 2 or Mark 2, however you say it. The screen flips the other way, so if you're doing an up-close video, you can have it so you can see what's on the screen. Really great for doing time lapses and whatnot. It is an awesome camera. And again, with YouTube, a guy I know, Mike from Press Record, he used to use the regular G7X. That's where I saw it and decided to get it myself for all their videos. And then he had the G7X Mach 2 or Mark 2 or whatever it is. Now he uses a bigger DSLR, but it's still a great camera. I think Jessica from Gone to the Snow Dogs actually used one variation of Canon G series cameras as well. So it's a nice camera. As far as mini tripods go, this one I actually saw Jessica from Gone to the Snow Dogs used it, and I thought I'd get it. It's the Polar Pro tripod. You know, this part, it extends up really high. Just untwist this and you can raise this way up. This thing swivels so you can get the right angle. And then these things, they actually got magnets on them. They open up at different intervals like that. So that's kind of a cool little basic little tripod. And then there's my Joby flexible tripod. This is the one that Casey Neistat used to use for that camera, and he would actually carry it around like this with the camera on top, and that gets heavy as hell. I've done it, and it's heavy as hell. But it gets the job done. Now, I've got one more tripod that I've used. This was actually my dad's. He had it when he had one of them big, huge, bulky video cameras that you had to lug around on your shoulder. And so this tripod it's got to be almost 30 years old, and it still works awesome. I mean, yeah, one of the little legs down here is bent a little bit, and sometimes these legs down here don't hold as steady as they should anymore, but it still works wonderful. I don't think that top part really raises up and down too well anymore, but it still works great. I do have a newer one somewhere. It actually has a top piece that you can screw into the camera, and it just clips in there. It's downstairs. Let me see if I can go find it. All right, excuse the mess, but this is my other tripod. I got it extended a little bit because there's a hook on the bottom that hits the floor when it's all the way down for some reason. I don't know if I can remove that or not, but this thing, you know, you loosen it up and then it all folds up. You know, it's got the swiveling head. This one actually has a level on it to make sure that you're completely level. I'd say about right there is good. That's about in the center. And this thing, like I was saying, it my dog has got something caught in her throat apparently. Anyway, this thing comes off. It screws to your camera, and then you can just stick it in here. Pull this little lever. There you go, and it holds in there pretty well. And then you can adjust this, so you can spin that around if you want. This is a pretty good tripod. So that is all my camera gear that I use. So if you ever had any question about my camera gear, well, there it is. There's all the camera gear I use. So yeah, I've spent a decent amount of money on all this stuff over time. Not all at once, but over time. And it's really served me well. Now, somewhere I do have a light that'll go on top of my Canon camera, but yeah, that's my equipment. That's what I use to get the pictures that I take, and hopefully I gave you guys some good suggestions for equipment if you have the money to spend. If not, save up for it, and it will definitely be worth it, especially for the Canon 70D or the G7X. They're both wonderful cameras. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you later.